What's up travellers, SJ Aviation HQ, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be doing the model review of the Delta Airlines Airbus A350-900 by Aviation400. But before we start the review, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Down that bell icon next to it so you don't miss out on any future videos. Consider giving this video a like. Also comment below what you think about Delta Airlines. If you got this model already, comment below what you think of it. Going to be showing you the model soon enough. But before we do that, I'm going to be reading you out some information about the airline of Delta Airlines. Then going ahead and reading out some information about the aircraft and a little bit of history of the operator. So Delta Airlines is one of the major airlines of the United States of America, alongside American Airlines and United Airlines, and is known as a legacy carrier. Founded on March the 2nd, 1925, Delta Airlines is headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia, and commenced operations on June the 17th, 1929. The airline, alongside its subsidiaries, including Delta Connection, operates to over 5,400 flights a day and serves 325 destinations in 52 countries across 6 continents. According to Fleet Matrix on the popular aviation's website, planespotters.net, Delta has a total fleet of 786 aircraft, including 15 Airbus A350-900s, averaging 3 years of age, making them one of the youngest aircraft types in Delta's fleet. On June the 22nd of the year 2000, Delta Airlines, alongside Aeromexico, Air France, and Korean Air, formed the SkyTeam Alliance. Delta was the first airline to wear the SkyTeam Alliance livery. So going into some information about the aircraft, this aircraft's MSM number or manufacturer serial number is 149. This aircraft is an Airbus A350-900, the shortest of the two variants of the A350 family. Of course, the longest one being the A350-1000. Have done a review of a A350-1000. It was the British Airways model review by Aviation400. If you want to go check that out, there'll be a card in the top right corner right about now, so leading you to the video. The first flight of this particular aircraft was on September 27th, 2017. As of today, the 2nd of July 2021, this aircraft is 3.7 years old. The test registration of this aircraft was Foxtrot Whiskey Zulu November Alpha. The production site, basically where the aircraft was built, was in Toulouse, France, and the airframe is currently active. The registration of this aircraft is November 503 Delta November. The aircraft again is an Airbus A350-900, specifically a 941 XWB. XWB standing for extra wide body, and the 41 is I think it's the Airbus designator code for the aircraft made by Airbus that are equipped with Rolls-Royce engines, I believe. So this aircraft was delivered to Delta on October the 31st, 2017, and this aircraft is equipped with 2 Rolls-Royce Trent XWB-84 engines. This aircraft was ferried between Toulouse, France, and Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport on November the 1st, 2017 on its delivery flight, and was stored at Blytheville, Arkansas International Airport between March the 17th and June the 5th, 2020. So with that information out of the way, let's go ahead and check out the box. So unlike other boxes by Aviation400, this box is actually quite detailed. So here we have on the top third of the front panel, we have the Delta logo in this white background of a banner of sorts. In the middle here we have the Delta 2D rendering of the Delta A350. Very, very nicely done. Here we have the registration of the aircraft, November 503 Delta November, or for those that aren't familiar with the phonetic alphabet, it's simply N503DN. Here we have the Airbus A350-900 titles in the Airbus typeface. Very, very nice. Bottom left corner we have the scale of the aircraft. Of course, it's in 1:100 scale. And here we have the art number, basically the item number of the aircraft, which is AV4089. And then we have the logo of Aviation400. On the bottom panel we have the scale of the aircraft in the bottom corner. The Airbus A350-900 and the Airbus typeface. And then the registration and the item number, and of course the logo of the company. Here we have the Delta logo, and then we have the Airbus A350. On the right panel we have the Delta logo, the scale of the aircraft type, the A350-900, and then some specifications of the Airbus A350-900. So the top view of the wingspan, the size of the aircraft, the length, and then the height of the aircraft. On the top panel we have the same identical details as the bottom panel, and then on the left panel we have information about what Aviation400 do, and then the scale, and then the logo of Delta Airlines, and then finally to conclude the panels, the side panels that is the Airbus A350 titles. And then on the back, it's pretty simple. We just have the warning information in various languages, French, German, Spanish, I'm guessing, and then we have English in the top, and the second to the top. And then here we have the item number again, and then we have the barcode, and of course this aircraft was made in China. So that is basically everything to do with the box. Let's just get the box in the middle there. One cool thing that Aviation400 do with their aircraft, the aircraft comes with a stand. Of course, I don't really put my model aircraft on stands. I don't really see the point in why people would put an aircraft of this scale on a stand. Perhaps maybe to put on a model airport to display it as it's departing or taking off, but other than that I don't really see the point in stands. But one cool thing that another cool thing, before we go ahead and check out the model, with Aviation400 models, sometimes they come with little pushback tugs. I had a pushback tug arrive in a package with my British Airways 350, not 1000, sorry, the 1000, when it arrived. Unfortunately, some Aviation400 now have seemed to not put tugs into their boxes, which is quite a shame, because when I'm seeing them on the likes of eBay or my hobby house where I bought this one from, they are shown with the pushback tugs, and I'm expecting them to be in the package themselves, but unfortunately they aren't, which is quite disappointing. But in the same scale of things, I can always buy a bulk pack of pushback tugs for my airport. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and check out the model. And here we have the absolutely stunning Airbus A350-900 of Delta Airlines by Aviation400. I must say this is the best mould of the A350 by far in 1:100 scale. It's, for me, better than Gemini jets and JC wings. That mould is definitely superior, and it's, in my opinion, a lot more more detailed than NG models. Soon I'm going to be doing a video comparing the different molds of the A350 by Gemini jets, JC wings, NG models, and then Aviation400. If you want me to do that, leave a comment below, and I'll definitely film the video for you. Also, if you're interested in checking out the model reviews I've done of Aviation400 A350s, for the likes of the British Airways A350-1000, the Scandinavian Airlines 350-900, and also the Air China A350-900. There'll be a playlist in the top right corner right about now, leading you to the full playlist of model reviews that I've done on the channel so far. So yeah, go ahead and check that out if you're interested. Also, if you want to wait until the end of the video, there'll be the playlist on the right hand side of the video. So now that we've got the model in front of you now, I'm going to be doing the model review now. So from left to right, nose to tail, showing you the different aspects of this aircraft and giving you some information along the way. So let's go ahead and start the review. So pointing to the front of the aircraft for this segment of the video, here we have at the end of the pointer we have the nose cone. Underneath that would be where the weather radar is located. That is an instrument on the aircraft which shows to the pilot whether they're going to be flying around any rough weather, and whether so then they can make a decision of whether they proceed on the route that they're operating on, or whether they go around any cells in the aircraft in the atmosphere which may affect the travel of the aircraft. If anyone can let me know in the comment section below if I'm right in saying that, or let me know what the weather radar actually does for the aircraft in the comment section below. That would be helpful for me. So moving on in the review, here we have some sensors for the aircraft. There are 3 sensors on the front of the nose. I'll show you a closer view of that in a moment. Here we have the angle of attack and the pitot tubes of the aircraft, and here we have the cockpit window, the windshield of the cockpit, bordered around the iconic raccoon mask, which is now seen on the modern day aircraft made by Airbus for the likes of the A350 family, the A321neo family, and of course the A330neo family. I think it adds a lot of appeal to the aircraft, and just makes the aircraft look a whole lot better. Of course, I do make model reviews. So not model review. Of course, I make model reviews, but I make livery designs on Photoshop, and on the templates of the A350 you can take the raccoon mask off, and I must say the A350 does look a whole lot better with the raccoon mask on it. So if you're interested in going ahead and supporting me on the Instagram page, it's the second link in the description below. But I'll go through the full list of social handles at the end of the video. So continuing on with the video, here we have the nose gear door with the digits 3503. That is the digits of the aircraft, the registration of the aircraft, apart from the first 3. So 503 are the digits in the registration, and below the gear door we have the actual nose gear itself. Here to the top left corner of the L1 door we have the SkyTeam logo. Of course, Delta was one of the founding members of the SkyTeam Alliance, which was formed on the 22nd of June of the year 2000, alongside Korean Air, Air Mexico and Air France. And of course, like I said, Delta Airlines was the first airline to actually wear a SkyTeam livery. I do have a SkyTeam livery in my collection. I have 2 of them. In fact, I have the China Airlines in the A350-900 by Phoenix Models, and I also have the Vietnam Airlines A350-900 by Gemini Jets. If anyone wants me to do a model review of either of those 2, drop a comment below, and I'll gladly do the video for you. So here we have the L1 door. So that's the L1 door. The L1 door and the L2 door are the 2 boarding doors of the aircraft. Of course, I think the L1 door is more for the cabin crew, and the L2 door for the passengers. Here would be where first class and business class is in the cabin windows here, and the rest of the aircraft is premium economy and also the economy seats. Here we have the widget logo of Delta Airlines, and here we have the typeface of the billboard titles of Delta, which basically forms the logo face of the aircraft, which includes the widget logo and the text. Here we have the dual beacon light on top of the aircraft. That is one of the aspects I absolutely love about Aviation400 models, is the realism that they put into the aircraft, you can see now that the beacon light actually looks like it's flashing, which can't, I have to say, it just makes the aircraft look a whole lot more realistic. Of course, there's one underneath the aircraft, which I'll show you in a moment, but I think it's just absolutely brilliant, you know. So moving on with the review, here we have the first antenna on the top of the aircraft, and like I said before, here is the L2 door. Moving down the aircraft here, just here we have the landing light of the wing just here, and here we have this side's XWB-84 engine. Here we have in the center of the shop, we have the emergency exit. I believe that's a window of some sort, and here we have the L3 door, basically used for the emergency exit. Another emergency exit, of course, if the aircraft is in an emergency, and above that is the second antenna on top of the aircraft. Going down the wing now, just giving you a nice overview of the wing. At the end of the wing here, we have the red navigation light at the beginning, and then we have two strobe lights. A good way to identify whether an aircraft, when an aircraft is operating overhead, a good way to identify the aircraft being an Airbus or a Boeing. If the strobe lights at the end of the wings flash twice as an Airbus, or if it flashes once as a Boeing, just a cool way of identifying the different types of manufacture. So here, and at the end of the wing we have the iconic sharklet of the Airbus A350. Of course, this aircraft, I believe, wears the newer sharklets, the actual aircraft, the 1-to-1 scale. Of course, Aviation400 do their best in terms of replicating the sharklets, but of course, not many brands can actually do a perfect job of the sharklets, but it's near enough to be perfect. That's just my opinion. So just going to turn the aircraft around, so we have a view of the aircraft tail fin. Here we have just below the pointer. I'm just going to point it towards it. There we go. We have here the gears of the aircraft. Of course, the 350-900 has double bogies, which means that it has two pairs of tyres, so 4 tyres in total on their main landing gear. If it was a 350-1000, this aircraft would have a triple bogie, meaning it has 3 pairs of tyres and 6 tyres overall on one strut, or truck, if that's what you call them. So now looking at the rear of the aircraft, just going to zoom in. If I can't, that's alright. Here we have at the end of the pointer, we have another emergency exit door. And here we have the satcom of the aircraft, but basically the Wi-Fi box, the part of the aircraft that gives the IFE, or the in-flight entertainment, on board the aircraft, in the back seats, the back of the seats for the passengers behind each other. And here we have the American flag and the registration November 503 Delta November. Here we have the third antenna on top of the aircraft. And below that we have the L4 door, which is basically used for catering rather than anything else, really. So now looking at the tail fin of the aircraft, here we have is the navy blue base of the tail fin with the red widget logo. Of course, the widget logo is the triangle of the aircraft's logo. The airline's logo. And here we have 3503, the tail number of the aircraft. And then we have the horizontal stabilizers. You may be able to see just here and here at the end of the pointer there. That's the tail lights, or the logo lights. They are used in night operations to light up the tail fin. More identification for the aircraft, whether it's at the airport for ATC, or just pilots are in the vicinity of the aircraft. And then at the end of the aircraft we have the APU of the aircraft, the auxiliary power unit. I'm just going to show you the other sharklet momentarily. That's the inside of the other side of the sharklet. So that is this side of the aircraft completed. Let's go ahead and rotate the aircraft around and show you this side. There's not many differences in terms of this side of the aircraft. So just showing you just briefly. Here we have the forward baggage compartment, and here we have in the middle of the screen there we have the rear baggage compartment. At the end of the wing here, if I'm able to focus on it, we have the green navigation light and also the two strobe lights. And that's basically the only real differences. Other than everything else is just flipped or just turned around. Just going to show the intakes of the engines, just to show you the realism of these engines. You can actually see through the engines. I mean, and of course there is the spiral on the spinner of the engine, right in the middle of the fan blades, and there's the other engine for you. There we go, and really nicely done. I'm an absolute fan of this mould. Cannot recommend getting an Aviation400 A350, whether it is British Airways, Air China, Scandinavian Airlines, Cathay Pacific, Vietnam, any of them, Sichuan. You can see the shape of the nose, the canopy of the aircraft. It's on point to the point where on point is an understatement. So now I'm going to look at the underside of the aircraft. Here we have the nose gear door of the aircraft. If I'm able to focus on it, there we go. And just to the very end of the gear doors, you can just be able to see Airbus A350, the aircraft type of the aircraft. And here we have the nose gear door itself. The nose gear just here at the end of my thumb. Here we have the forward baggage compartment. Here we have the antenna, one of the antennas on the bottom of the aircraft. Here we have the Delta billboard titles on the belly of the aircraft, with the dual beacon light to the left of the E, and then the stand hole, and the bottom details of the landing gear. Nicely detailed bottom of the Rolls-Royce Trent XWB-84 engines, and the detail of the underside of the wing. If I'm able to focus, there we go. And then here is this side. I do actually believe this wing is actually meant to have registration on the bottom of it, but I could be wrong. And then some nicely detailed landing gear doors just there, with nicely detailed air vents on the top side of the beacon light and on the bottom of the beacon light. I think these two, that thing in the center of the shot is actually meant to be an air vent as well. Very nicely done. And then there we have the baggage compartment, the rear baggage compartment, and then the entryway to the APU. So now looking at the landing gear of the aircraft, here we have the two main gears of the A350-900. These gears do, for me, fortunately tilt, and they do indeed roll. Really nicely done. And the nose gear itself rolls as well. I like that, very nice. And that basically does it for the review of the Airbus A350-900 for Delta Airlines. So, but before I go ahead and go through my social handles, I just want to give you a huge thank you for coming along and joining me for the review of the Delta Airlines A350-900 by Aviation400. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do subscribe if you're new, like the video, ding that bell icon next to the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. Comment below what you think about the video. If you are a fan of this mold as well. If you have the mold, have the model as well. Do let me know in the comments below. Also, if you have flown Delta Airlines in the past, especially the A350-900, do let me know in the comments below. I do really want to fly on a Delta 350 between Sydney and Los Angeles. I think they operate on. So do let me know in the comments below if you have flown Delta, and I will definitely look forward to reading your comments. So if you want to come along and join my if you want to come along and support my Instagram account, I've got two Instagram accounts. I've got the airport account, which you can see the airport is in the background here. What I do on there is I showcase my model aircraft in the form of photographs, and I also host live streams, whether it is an unboxing of a model, or if it's the release of a model release by Gemini Jets, NG Models, etc. Also, what I do now, my new series, is which I share a live stream with someone. That's a new series on there, and also I put up polls with it to see what models people want to see on my airport. If you want to come, if that sounds interesting to you, do come along and support me on there. First link in the description below. Below that is the Instagram account, of which leads you to my aircraft livery designs page, ASJ Livery Designs. What I do is on there, as I said before or described before, I showcase the livery designs of which I do on Photoshop. I make custom livery designs of aircraft that don't operate for airlines at the moment, but would be cool to see sometime in the future. If that sounds interesting to you, the second link is where you need to go. Also, if you want to come along and join a Discord server based around aviation, everything aviation, whether it is aircraft liveries, our favorite aircraft, favorite airlines, favorite flight experiences, model releases, etc., everything to do with aviation. The Global Aviation Alliance is where that is done. Do come along, and if you're interested in coming along, that is, comment below, and I will pass you along to one of the 4 admins, so then your arrival can be processed. What I'm working on in terms of platforms for my brand, the ASJ Productions brand, I'm currently working on the website for my airport, and also working on a Patreon account for my brand itself, and also slowly but surely working on how to create the content for a TikTok account. I know that's something that people may not really expect me to do, but I kind of want to interact with my supporters more than what I do on Instagram. So if that sounds great to you, then all the links are in the description below, and I will thoroughly like to see your support on those pages. So now that we've come to the end of the review, I'd like to again thank you very much for coming along, watching this video of mine. On the left hand side is my most recent review of the Qatar Airways A350-900 by Phoenix Models in their FIFA World Cup livery. On the right hand side is the full playlist of model reviews that I've done so far. In the middle is where you subscribe, but until next time, fly safe, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.